So I'm putting together this painting of the Silks, Providence-based band, the Silks. I saw the photo online, and I got a hold of my friend Maddie, and I said, do you mind if I do a painting of you and the rest of your band? And he said, absolutely not, that's fantastic, it'd be fun. And so I've been working on this for a little bit, for a few weeks, off and on. But now they're in Chicago, putting together their first album with Paul Westerberg. So I'm going to pick up the stick. I got to get this thing done and get it to him. I'm not doing it for any grand reason other than as a gift for Matt. I really appreciate and respect anyone who works hard and puts their whole heart into what they do, sets their goals and sticks to them and just keeps working towards them. And that's what these three have done. So it's really an honor to be able to do this and to give this to them. What I wanted to talk about today was, I always talk about the overall painting and not focusing in on one particular point in any painting. And with this guy, I did what I always do. I started with, I chalked in some of the figures, then I did aerosol cutouts, like aerosol outline of everyone. Then just started spraying in random shapes using my doilies and some stencils that I cut, although I hate to do that because stencil cutting is just so hip. But so I use other shapes. I have a fan, I have different things that I put in. And also charcoal grill. You can see the doilies that I've collected. They're hidden behind the shirt and the vest, but they're on Matt's sleeve. They're over here, they're up in, they're just everywhere. I have scarves that I use, I have all different materials. So once I put in the basic shapes, then I do my next step. I cut in with acrylics, just basic lines in acrylics just to formalize the idea a little bit more. Then I go over it with oils. I start blocking things in with oils. But what I wanted to get to today was driving home the point that I don't focus on any one section at a time, any one idea. I don't do the face above the vest. I don't do his face above the bottle or the pants. Although they are in different stages of being finished, it's not that I'm going to spend all day, painting Matt's hand on his crotch and ignore, this section. It's all done evenly. When I have an idea for one spot, I also work it into other areas. But I'm working on his shirt in particular today. I managed to get some of the greens up in this shirt, and that's as highlighty as I'm going to get. I did the basic stencil as I just went over. With the basic stencil, I did the oils with the lines, and then I used a translucent brown material from Gamblin Paint. Just kind of wash over it. But then, and this is what I'm getting to, it's just a few lines. And here, as you can see on his shirt, I put in stripes of color, I put in stripes of light and dark. And now, because I don't want to spend the rest of my life perfecting the shirt, I'm not a realist painter, I'm an abstract expressionist, I'm an abstract realist, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a realist painter, so I'm not spending all day painting each stripe. So what I'm doing is what I did on his shirt. Just a few highlights here and there. Boom, boom, boom. And what it does, with just a few more yellow highlights in here, which I'm not sure that's yellow, but a few more highlights makes your eye go from, oh, the shirt is not right, oh my God, it's uneven, to picking out the sections that have been highlighted. So it makes the shirt even out. The same thing happened on Maddie's sleeve. Instead of, oh my God, I have to get into each little nook and cranny and make it a height, the height of perfection. It's highlight, 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 highlight. And then let the imperfections go. For me, that's where some of the fun is in painting, is letting the imperfections go. That's where the magic is. That's where the fun is. I don't worry about what other people will say. I worry about, or what other people will think, because I'm not going to make everybody happy, and I don't care. I don't care. I care that it makes sense to me, and I know how to trick the eye into seeing the work as a whole, hopefully instead of seeing each little imperfection. So again, what I'm doing is just, I'll go back and I'll highlight like this sleeve, that line. I might highlight like a couple lines in here, but what I'm going to do is just a couple more nice strong yellow lines. See, like that. And that'll help shift the eye away from stuff that I'm not interested in correcting. I want it to stay kind of raw. You know, I want it to have that raw rhythm. Like with the keys, not every key is detailed. I don't care about the tiny details. A couple of highlights, and the eye shifts, and the mind shifts from seeing boo-boos to the highlights, and it snaps. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. Everybody look up the silks on Facebook. And ciao.